Assalamu alaikum. Today I want to show you another kind of assessment that you can do with your students. So this is called a project-based assessment. And I did this a few years ago with my students with the topic miracles versus magic. So there was a lot of information in the textbook and I had to extract information to teach the students the important points about this topic, miracles versus magic. So I explained them the important points and I gave them examples of miracles of the prophets that were mentioned in the book. And then for assessment, I gave them a project. They had to make their own book about miracles. So when you give projects like these, you have to make sure that you give them a rubric to explain exactly what you expect them to do. So I don't have my rubric around, but I do remember that I had told them what I was looking for. So first it was a booklet, so they could not make any other project out of it on a board or a game or anything like that. It had to be a book. They had to have a cover page. And on the first page, I wanted them to explain what a miracle is and give me differences of miracles versus magic. And this is something I had explained them in class. I had broken down the information for them and given them the differences of miracles versus magic, but now they had to write it in their own words. And then I asked them to give me miracles of 5 different prophets. Not 5 different miracles, 5 different prophets. So if they use 3 miracles from the same prophet, that still counts as 1 prophet. So all this information is very important to be put in the rubric so that the parents and the students know exactly what you expect them to do. And this was a very fun assessment also for them because children like to show their creativity. Some of them like to write, some of them like to paint or draw or just show their creativity in many different forms. And this also helped me to see what children like to do. So it was very nice to see different kinds of books that children came up with. And this is one in particular that I wanted to show you. This student made the book out of felt. So this is felt material and it's just amazing how she's done it. 5 prophets, 5 miracles, that's her cover page. And then she's gone to explain the difference, what a miracle is, and then the differences between miracles and magic. And she printed this out, stuck it on this felt paper, and she's used like these little pegs. That's just a decorative piece, and that's just how she was expressing and showing her creativity. So here, she didn't use a lot of words, but her book is talking about the miracles through just images. And again, the idea is for them to learn. Whenever you give them any project or anything, at the end of the day, you want to make sure that children learn and are able to remember the information. Sometimes, obviously, we all forget, but they will remember a little bit about it. Oh yeah, I remember I done that book, and yeah, I had made this. Especially this student who has gone all out into making waves and image of a prophet and saying, oh, Prophet Khizr could control water waves. It's amazing. And it was a learning experience for me. There were times when I was going through their books and I would see a miracle that they've written about a certain prophet and I'd be like, oh, wow, did that prophet have this miracle? And I would have to go up and check it out for myself. So it was a learning experience for me as a teacher. Again, that's another point to be noted, that when you're a teacher, it doesn't mean you know everything. You can learn a lot from students, and this is a good way to learn from students. And they are learning a lot too because they're researching the information and then putting it down. Again, the idea is for them to learn. So project-based assessment are a good way to assess students and to make sure that they learn. Look at this. Prophet Sulaiman could talk with animals. And just look at how she has gone all out and, created these animals, birds and monkeys and all of that. Prophet Yunus got swallowed by a whale and came back alive. And says, please flip the tail. So you do that and you see like the image of the Prophet behind. So it's really, just amazing to see what students can do. And I'm sure she had a lot of fun doing this because she's very creative and artistic and loves doing this. Prophet Musa split the sea. So here we have the image of the sea with the sea creatures, birds flying, and the Prophet in the middle. It brings a smile on my face as a teacher when I say this. It's amazing to see what the children can do. Prophet Isa made he made the birds come alive out of clay. That's his miracle. Again, we know of the miracle of Prophet Isa, that he could bring the dead back to life, or he could cure the blind. But this is a different miracle that she stated. And then at the end, again in the rubric I had mentioned that I want them to point out one miracle of the Prophet that they really liked and why. So a lot of students loved the miracle of Prophet Sulaiman. So here, my favorite miracle was by Prophet Sulaiman, because when I look at different types of animals, especially squirrels, I would love to know what they're saying. We have a lot of squirrels here in Florida. So it's good. It makes them think, oh, what kind of miracle would I want to have if I was blessed to have a miracle? So fun assessment, project-based, and a great learning experience for students. So this is one book I wanted to share with you. There is another book that I wanted to share with you from another student who didn't go all out, but again, it shows you a different side of creativity. That was a boy, of course. This is a girl. So here is the other book. He didn't go all out. It's all handmade, used construction paper, but good information inside. So he typed it out just like the other student did. There were some who went all out and laminated that whole book, printed it and laminated it like a proper professional book. I remember there was one student who had written the information, like his cover page, whatever the title was, by professor and then his name. So he already called himself a professor, looking ahead, maybe wanting to be a writer someday. Who knows? So this is a simple one done by one of the male students. But again, the information that he has given is quite good. He talked about the miracle of Prophet Dawood and miracle of the shirt, Prophet Yusuf. That's something I would have not thought of. Again, when we talk about miracles, we think of the famous prophets, the Ulul Azam prophets and their miracles. He went all out and, tried to research about other prophets, Prophet Dawood, Prophet Yusuf. Miracle of surviving poison. And this was about Prophet Muhammad, who, when a Jewish woman tried to poison him. I would have never thought of that. So it's really amazing when they do the research and the things that they can come up with. The miracle of living long. Prophet Nuh lived for so long. Just a totally different perspective. And the reason why I'm showing his book is because his response to the last question was quite different. What miracle would you like to have, or what was your favorite miracle and why? And he says, my favorite miracle was Prophet Dawood's miracle, because I think it would be awesome to be so strong that I could bend metal. So again, you see, it really gives you a chance to look into the children's minds and see what they're thinking, and just tap into that creativity that they have hidden inside, and just bring it out. As a teacher, you can do it all. So I hope you can get an idea from this. You can use this with other topics and let the children explore and learn from them. So you can use this in your classroom, inshallah. Thank you.